Hey, how's it going? I came across this video of, well, almost documentary. The first part of this video with iDubbbz and Sam Hyde uh, is pretty funny. It's actually super funny. I was like crying watching this. The rest of it is some interesting stuff, but I found this interview to be quite fascinating, and I thought I'd sort of react to it. I already saw it. Just say what I was thinking when I did see it. Um, it's really interesting because iDubbbz kind of portrays himself as this guy who's kind of like a rebel to society. Um, I guess maybe that might not be intentional or whatever. That may just be him being himself, and that's how he comes across. But when he comes up against Sam Hyde, who's much more of a nonconformist. He seems to be really shell shocked, and I thought this was just a fascinating conversation. It seems like Sam is sort of on edge the whole time. It seems like he's even like really leaning over the chair, like almost like looking like he's about to attack iDubbbz, and iDubbbz seems nervous and things. And so anyway, we'll watch it. But I thought it was interesting like how different iDubbbz is from his persona, especially when he made that like so many videos kind of like coming at people and saying he doesn't care about things like you know uh, he's just immune to uh, these other things that people are nervous about. He portrayed himself as sort of uh, just very confronting and not at all how it seemed in this whole thing. Any of the clips that I've seen um, with with him interacting with Sam Hyde, but I don't know. This is kind of a really interesting case study of kind of uh you know how they get somebody to or we think of like I guess you could take like a like a Rocky Balboa. We think of like real tough and like boxing type. But when you compare him to an actual boxing champion, it's just two different worlds. Um, that's kind of how I felt about this. Somebody who's a somewhat of a nonconformist, although I don't think the difference is that different between like an actor of a certain thing and the person who actually does the thing. Um, but because I do think iDubbbz made some legitimate sort of anti mainstream statements and points and things. But he's not nearly as Teflon as he sort of portrays himself again, either intentionally or just unintentionally in his videos. So anyway, let's check this out.
Jesus.
Mind if we go back to your place at some point?
We can do that.
Yeah. Let's start off with age. Name, age, and what you do.
Well, my name is Gormedios. I'm a 400-year-old vampire, but I actually appear to be 13. So.
And what is your career? What is your job?
Interesting question. I'm a grifter. I'm a thief. Also an entertainer at certain points. Comedian, I guess you could say. Maybe you could say the world's most influential comedian of all time. That's about it.
Okay.
Cryptocurrency trader, if we're being real.
Yeah. Is this? You can't flip this screen out, right? That's in there.
It's built in.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I just figured like it might be a lot easier for you because that's low access.
Yeah, well, I just realized that other camera is extremely in the shot, too. I'm not sure if you care about that, but...
I don't think I care about
That's
it.
fine. Trust me. Makes it more real.
But
Yeah.
I guess just you could do a count on it because nothing's really going to change. But I mean,
What's your concerns?
I just want.
All right, since they're kind of going over this banal things, I thought it was interesting that Sam's how Sam can't just get like a decent camera because this cuts out after a while. I guess like a half hour, 20 minutes ish. I mean, I don't know what the problem is. He doesn't have enough space or something, but it seems like even a bad camera, phone camera now, you can record for a long time, no problem. Whatever. Anyway,
To find a place that's best for you to be.
I can be here because it's pretty
That
close.
that
on
one's
here.
really solid.
Yeah, that one's like it's
Perfect.
literally
Let's
from
do
like
that.
here to there.
Because I'm not gonna move. I
Okay,
think you
cool.
should be on Sam.
Yeah,
Just dialing
just in
it
case.
Why did you choose to make a documentary of me?
Well,
I think this is hilarious. Like Sam, whenever he's being interviewed, he always tries to flip it and just keep asking questions, sometimes over and over and over, to the interviewer.
I'm gonna flip that question on you and say.
I just flipped the question on you.
No, that's not how this works. I'm interviewing you.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is the craziest interview I've ever conducted.
You can tell it's like this kind of nervous smile the whole time. But I don't know if it's just because Sam's physically so imposing, or if it's, I don't know, a bunch of things, or if he's generally like a nervous type of person. I don't know.
Yeah, this is not gonna be like an ordinary interview.
All right, go ahead.
Do you remember our first interaction?
No,
You don't?
no. I have very bad memory, though.
Yeah.
Hit pause here. All right, so we got to go sit down to do the interview, and at the beginning of the interview, he launches off with 6 or 7 years ago. This is me. You're Sam. I'm talking to you. 6 or 7 years ago, you made a copyright violation or strike against one of my videos. You had one of my videos taken down, and I emailed you about it. And do you remember what your response was?
No.
I literally had no memory of this happening. I forgot completely. I remember it now, but I'd forgotten completely. I did a copyright strike on one of his videos where he used footage from ours, and when he emailed me, I told him I would reverse. You can have the strike thing reversed. I told him I would reverse it if he sent me a video of him squatting with 2 plates.
Now, I don't know. He goes on to say that he doesn't remember this. I don't know. It's shocking. Maybe it's a testament to how much Sam does, but it's truly shocking to me that someone could forget something like that. But I don't know. I wish I was as like creatively funny and just coming up with like insane things like he does, like that. Like who message like a big YouTuber. I guess Sam already kind of had his own stuff going decently, but whatever. Message anybody, I suppose, saying I'll undo your copyright strike if you send me a video of you squatting with 2 weights. No one even it's like when I learned about modern art, and like you see like a blank somebody puts up a blank canvas or something, or they just put like something like it's stupid on the wall, like a banana that's peel or whatever. And I thought it was like the dumbest thing ever at first, but then I learned about it. I was taught, I don't know how I learned about it, but it was more of a like the art sort of leaves the canvas at a certain, that the artists are trying to like totally undo everything in terms of putting up a blank canvas is like, this is like dumb, like this sort of a, I don't know, I'm not explaining it well, But sort of a commentary on like how of the art world of like somebody pays like hundreds of thousands of dollars for like nothing, and it's sort of the art is again like coming off of the canvas. You they're subverting and they're going into other like universes of art sort of, but Sam's brain seems to automatically do that. I don't know if it's just kind of him in repetition maybe of you just kind of living this life of always trying to think out of the box, so to speak, or off the canvas or whatever. um, Maybe that's natural. That's that's something you build up, or maybe that's how he's naturally, or both. I don't know, but it's a fun life.
7 years ago?
Yeah.
So like 2014?
Yes.
13, 14?
13 probably.
Oh shit. That's a long time ago.
What do you think about that, Jet?
That is, I don't know why he hadn't forgotten that.
I think you were saying that he knew you 7 years ago.
What do you think about the
I think that that's possible. I think, what I really think is, if that's your only interaction you guys have had before filming this, whether it was negative or positive, he would have brought it up. No matter what, I think that by this point in the interview, the tension had built between you two.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if things got off to I mean, no one knows. If things got off on the right foot and that tension wasn't there when this was being filmed, would he have hit you with that? Who knows? But the tension was, like, that's just evidence of the tension.
There was so much tension. It was
It
crazy.
was remarkable, man. Like,
I'm getting,
Why?
I'm getting stressed out thinking about it.
Why?
Right
What were some like plays on it? Like what were some manifestations of tension?
you guys just weren't comfortable around each other.
The vibes were just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see that in the entirety of this video up to this point. He seems nervous. iDubbbz seems quite nervous most of the time. Looks sort of standoffish or trying to interpret what's going on. It seems like he's somebody who feels like he's about to be pranked all the time, like he might be tricked or something.
But
Anyways,
they always are.
was it bad?
What do you think?
Did I snub you or slight you or something?
What
What did I do?
your memory's that bad?
Yes.
You don't remember?
I do not remember.
Okay. Do you remember?
What was it?
Do you remember making a Kickstarter TV
Yes.
of? Well, no, it wasn't Kickstarter TV. You remember making a pony?
I just want to say that it's like kind of shocking that Sam can be so prolific throughout all these like major YouTubers. I guess major, I don't know, in terms of subscriber count, they're not even near the top, but kind of this, I don't know, dealing sort of comedy, sort of interacting with real life types of YouTubers. So I guess like H3 and iDubbbz and I don't know, most recently that Hassan Piker, although I don't really think he's like comedy, but and yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, how do people find out about Sam, really? Because his channel's so small, comparatively. I can't even remember how I found about it. It must have just come in my recommended, but yeah, anyway.
Pony game?
Yes.
Okay. There were some creators at the time who made videos about this fake pony project.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Were you one of them?
I was one of them.
What did I do?
Do you have any guesses?
Did I say fuck you or something?
No, you copyright claimed the video.
Really?
Yes. And then you sent me an email.
That might not have been me. Oh,
You don't
okay,
think so?
I sent you an email.
It kind of seems like something that you would do.
I mean, I don't do most copyright claims. What was the email?
The email was, I will release the copyright claim on your video if you can send me a video of yourself squatting 200 pounds below parallel.
Why didn't you do that?
That's so, again, that's like such an interesting insight to Sam's brain. He just, his first thing he says after hearing the entirety is, why didn't you do that? Which, I kind of understand, but at the same time, I mean, you just maybe talk about it first, and I mean, I would have been like, oh man, I don't know. I hope that didn't cause you hardship or something, and it was kind of a joke or whatever. And then maybe ask like, did you think about it, or what did you consider doing that, or do you think that would make fun of you or what? But he just goes right off the bat. Why didn't you do that? It's funny.
You'd be so much stronger now if you'd done that.
Yeah.
Damn. Did I create an
Although they talk about later in the interview that like he's trying to get him, iDubbbz is trying to get Sam to be serious, and Sam's like, well, I'm an entertainer, like I can't. It's boring if I just go into serious, and I understand what he's saying, even though I'm not even doing like comedy stuff, but yeah, people want to be entertained. They turn off pretty quickly, considering, especially with the internet now, how much stuff there is.
me with that?
I mean, for a period,
Damn,
I didn't like you.
I'm sorry.
You were an asshole.
I'm sorry, buddy. That's no good.
Yeah, why'd you do that to me?
I don't know. I can't even remember what your video was, so maybe I was pissed off or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was trying to not have that ruse get blown though.
Right.
So maybe that has something to do with it.
It probably did.
I'm sorry. I don't remember that.
Yeah. That's what led to this day today.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you gonna punk me?
You're getting punked.
Really? How are you gonna punk me?
I'm gonna make you look like an asshole,
Really?
which isn't hard to do.
Is that really the case?
No.
Okay.
It's meant to be. Well, I mean, part of me feels like you might be being disingenuous by saying you don't remember.
I legit don't remember. 100% serious.
Really?
Yeah.
You just like is it because you're doing so much that you just sort of forget all the bridges you burn and all the like people you fuck with?
Did I burn a bridge with that?
I could have been, but
Really?
I'm a resilient person, so I turned that hate into a passion for filmmaking, which is why I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at Sam's pose. Like he's like so like aggressive and like. I guess maybe it's just like a normal the skin's in the chair or whatever. It's just a normal thing. But since he's such a big guy, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't really care, but iDubbbz seemed to be a little intimidated. Maybe right now he's okay. I don't know.
So are you like still angry with me?
No, definitely not.
Okay. You dislike me still?
No, I think there's some things about you that I just want to understand better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly to do with your comedy.
Uh-huh.
I have a list of questions that I can get into.
Sure. Let me see if this thing's still rolling here. It is.
All right. So before we get into the shit, let's get a synopsis.
What's the shit?
I'll get into it.
No, because this is ominous.
Is it making you nervous?
Yeah, no, I want to know what the shit is. This is very strange. It feels like you're trying to punk me or something. Which
I'm
is
not
like,
Sam has this interesting thing where like he says that he really in other videos he said that he's like really dislikes having a rift with people, but it's interesting because at the same time like he kind of has made a lot of riffs, and I don't think it seems unintentional, but he seems to kind of I don't know if he doesn't grasp like the potential consequences of something, or if he I guess the same thing has happened to me. So like when you make a joke, you can't do a comedy and then constantly stop and ask someone, will you understand this joke if I make this joke? So I guess I don't know. I guess maybe I kind of figured out what his mindset is. Maybe I'm totally off, but since he is so kind of unique and pushes some boundaries of what people think is acceptable, I guess those two things, it's easy to kind of potentially offend people or have things taken the wrong way. So, but I don't know. Although I'm not funny in this video, I do try to make jokes in my personal life, and I have caught a lot of the same things have happened where people have been upset with me when I was just joking, and I really didn't mean any harm, and then I felt terrible that someone was upset with me. So I get where he's coming from. because usually people who are doing comedy, they're doing it to like make people happy and fill some void of not feeling loved. So when that backfires on you, it did the opposite. It's sort of a nightmare scenario. So yeah, I guess I get where he's kind of coming from.
Plunking you. It's just questions that that me and a lot of other people that I've talked to have about you. Like, what makes you sort of a
Is that what the shit is?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Let's start off with what content are you most proud of that you've created?
I don't like the order this is going because you're. I don't want to give you any honest answers to questions like what are you most proud of, and then have you hit me with something like weird. So just get into the weird shit.
Okay. Can we?
We'll circle back. Let's do that.
We'll circle back. Okay. And just to be clear, just so it's not like to relieve the any sort of pressure you might.
Don't relieve the pressure.
No.
Keep it on.
Okay.
Let's save it. Let's keep it in there.
Okay. We're gonna get Firstly, I guess we can do that after.
Just thinking, what does my life come to? I'm sitting, analyzing two guys in a weird building, sitting right across from each other. I don't know.
You've said in the past that world peace isn't political, or you don't do politics.
Mm-hmm.
You said that. I think you said that in like the Joe Bernstein.
I can't remember saying that. I'm sure I did.
Yeah. Do you feel that way now? Like
I don't care.
You don't.
I think that the psychological schism that the world is experiencing is unfixable, and I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I tell anybody I care about, or anybody who pays to listen to me, is to take care of yourself, squat 225 below parallel, and fix your shit, stack money, be loyal to the people who are close to you, etc. But I don't care about politics.
Right, but it seems like that wasn't always your purpose. It seems like you've grown into that a little bit.
I thought that there was I was a bit more naive about the possibility of to not change things, but to bring about some kind of better end result through the work that we were doing, which I now believe is not the case.
Okay, so you feel like that's not you just can't make as much of an impact with that. You're sort of wanting to.
I think that it's kind of over for freedom of speech, for the type of shit that I would want to represent if I was out there doing something like 100% serious with my heart in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's that's like a suicide mission at this point, and it's also just not possible because there's no outlet to do that on.
I'm really curious, kind of, to hear all that he's talking about. Maybe I'd have to pay for the paywall, to or whatever, Patreon or subscribe or whatever, Gumroad, to hear what he's talking about, and because I have a feeling that it's things that are good. I mean, from everything that I've heard from Sam, I don't want to say everything, but most of the things I've heard from him have been good. But since he's such a kind of confronting and aggressive and willing to say things that are not phrased in an eloquent way, people use that against him greatly. And yeah, to say things that people generally disagree with or would be upset about, I don't know. I think even if it's true or not, it's mostly allowed on YouTube. But so I don't know. I'd be curious. He doesn't go into what that means, but anyway.
I couldn't possibly have a monetized YouTube channel or get a TV show ever again, etc. So there's no venue for it, even if I wanted to.
You don't think that you can package things differently, though?
Well, I mean, if I could go back in time, maybe that would be possible to do.
You don't think you could do it now?
No, I will never be on TV ever again.
Maybe not TV, but TV's the way to
YouTube too. Anything that's monetized, anything that's Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, whatever. It's not. None of those are options. Even though we got 1 million viewers per episode of World Peace, and fucking Mike Lazo said we're going to shoot 100 episodes of this. You guys are the next Tim and Eric. You're the future of Adult Swim, etc. It's just all done. It's none of those venues are a possible path for us. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I just kind of feel like I've had aspirations of like being on Netflix or Hulu or whatever else, but I'm finding that YouTube is good enough, and it is like doing the trick for me. And I've done some like unsavory stuff on YouTube.
I'm wondering how iDubbbz is making money with, like, I don't know if he has sponsors or what, but with some of these like the documentary type stuff he makes, like, and he makes stuff so rarely, I don't know how he makes money, but
and it's all good. I've been able to get messages out there. It hasn't been like super.
maybe Patreon or something.
I think I've come to a similar conclusion that you have, which is like it's not necessarily my place, nor is it like super productive to kind of preach at people per se. But when there's like for your more recent content, you're like, I feel like you're encouraging people to like self-reflect more and worry about their own shit. And I can't imagine that would be a bad thing for YouTube.
If I was on YouTube, I'd be taken down in a matter of weeks. If we were posting on right now, we post shit to YouTube that's
Censored.
It's censored. If I were to be any higher profile than I am on YouTube, if I were to attempt to monetize on YouTube, it would be taken. It's not a career path. It's not. I couldn't become a YouTuber. And I don't mean in a derogatory sense.
Yeah.
I mean in the sense of like someone whose career is based on YouTube.
Okay, that's fair.
I feel like it's like when two like apex predators go off and then there's like a calm and they're fighting. They're not really fighting though, it's just how it feels like. It's weird energy.
Oh, so you talk in your comedy, or at least on a lot of Hyde Wars stuff. You'll like reference Joe Rogan, Lena Dunham, Ethan Klein. Why do you do that? Do you realize how like confusing that could be to like some viewers, where it's like, I don't like, is he being serious about this or?
I'm being serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about Joe when I wake up. I think about him when I go to sleep. And is that weird? People have obsessions. I mean, what are you obsessed with? Something, right? You don't have to say what it is. I think about fucking Joe Rogan, not fucking him, but I fucking think about Joe Rogan when I wake up, when I go to bed, when I'm doing my MMA training, when I'm drinking my $30 green juice. Okay, he got me into this.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do think about him.
I do.
I think you rarely think about him.
I
think he pops in your head when you're filming a video and you're like, oh yeah, this would be a good thing to use as a prop in the moment.
No.
You
I've spent probably $6,000 on cameos, a lot of which are unreleased, with people trying to get famous people to name drop Joe Rogan because I want him to notice me.
To any success?
No.
And you want him to notice you because you want to fight him.
I will fight him. No, I just thought. I just think he's cool. He's like everything I want to be.
Shut up! You're be serious for a moment.
Serious? You want me to be serious?
Let's be serious. Yeah.
Do you want me to? Okay.
Yeah.
It's less entertaining if I'm serious.
Oh, I totally disagree.
All right, fine. Yeah, what you said. If I'm like, I just need to make a funny video, let me make a Joe Rogan shout out. I'll do that.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Perfect. That's
there
good.
You go.
Yes.
You got it. You want to know the mystery.
Now let's go through.
I will drink his blood. I'm going to drink his blood.
I think that format works.
Okay, good.
Serious, and then you go into it.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll get at him.
Like I guess as an example of that, it was like Ethan Klein being like, oh, Ethan's putting in Crush 5,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Whereas like there were a lot of your fans who legitimately thought like Ethan.
That's awesome.
Putting some.
I didn't even know that people thought that was legit. That's really funny because I don't pay attention to that stuff at this point.
Yeah.
I figured out what it was. It's not nervousness about being punked. It's I wish you had been upfront about that because
I question, like he says, a lot of your fans. What is it, like less than 5%? I mean, I don't even know how he could know that a lot of his fans. Yeah, and what does that mean? Because to me, I mean, I would guess it was less than 5% or 10% of people actually thought, of people who liked Sam's content, actually thought that that was serious, which is not to me a lot. But I don't.
I honestly don't like when I have like static with people. And I brought you here, and I was like, I want to help Ian make a cool video for his channel that will like entertain his fans. I like the Dax Flame. I like that you're bringing Dax Flame out because I used to like these videos back in the day. And I was like, all right, we'll do everything with Ian. We're gonna go shoot guns. We're gonna get cars. We're gonna fucking bring the slingshot out, which you love. Okay, you said that's my Ferrari. That's my baby Ferrari. I wish you just told me like, just hit me up at the beginning and be like, hey, we have this. There's this thing. It's like.
Oh,
beef over.
Yeah, in fairness, like...
You should have just told me that.
Yeah, no, but I thought it would be really good here.
Okay.
To be a reveal.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have anything else to connect.
I just hope that you're not actually... Like, if you actually were upset about that, I would want to, like, heal that.
Right. No, not at all.
All right.
I'm so... Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, at that time I was raking in like a good...
You should have just told me... I'm sorry. Water.
No, it's all good, man. It's...
I don't like having static with people that I actually like.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't have brought it up if it was like an uncomfortable topic for me. It's not something that I'm...
Okay.
Yeah. But I guess another reason that I brought it up, because I just think it's funny that, like...
It is, it's certainly news to me.
Yeah, well, the scenario, it's like,
crazy.
it didn't actually change from, I think, around 2014 till now.
Mm-hmm.
You told me to, like, do some jump rope and do some push-ups.
Oh,
and
yeah,
back then, you were also giving me fitness advice.
Yeah, well, you should have taken it.
Yeah.
You gotta get jacked. You gotta fucking start lifting.
Yeah. I lift. My girlfriend got me into lifting.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Take that good advice.
Yeah.
From her, not from me.
The silence seems so, I don't know, not awkward, but maybe ominous.
Do you think any of the, like, open mics you've done in the past that are, like, really offensive to people in the audience, do you think those would be as funny if the audience wasn't so offended?
It wouldn't be funny at all.
Yeah.
Some of it would be funny, but a lot of it's just based on the fact that the audience is getting pissed off. But those are people that you want to piss off because they're like total scum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the clip of that girl coming up and what did she? I don't think she hit me. I think she did something. Did she hit me with the mic? Did you see that clip?
I think I may have.
It doesn't matter. But anyway, those people are all assholes.
Yeah.
They're all fluoride junkies.
And
I should have kicked her in the chest. I had this one girl. Oh my god, man! This one time, this girl came over to sell my friend weed. She was an Uber driver that was like big on Vine, and that was like her intro. Like the first 10 seconds of meeting her, that was her intro. It was like, "Yeah, I'm big on Vine." I bet you drive a fucking Uber. You sell weed, and she was like, I didn't bring up race at all. I don't start talking about race with strangers. But she said, she was talking about how like her black friends or like black people in black people in LA and San Francisco and New York act like white people, and I was like, oh, so that's your solution, is just to whitewash everyone and ruin their culture? And she got up, walked over to me, and either fake kicked me in the face or tried to kick me in the face, and I was fast enough to catch it, which I think she was actually, with a fucking pointy shoe, coming an inch away from my face. It had to be there.
yeah,
Don't worry about it. Let's move on.
It sounds like a good story.
It was a crazy time. She's big on Vine. You'll find her. You'll see her in there.
Do you think your fans understand your comedy? Or at least...
I'm kind of out of touch with my fan base.
I don't know what. I guess I don't have good evidence either, but iDubbbz seems to be coming at this from this angle of like, actually, all of your fans are very low IQ and they're neo-Nazis, so they don't even get that you're joking about it and you think that's stupid too. Yeah, that you think that's stupid. They actually think these things. I think that's very small amount. Just like you can point to, any Republicans or Democrats or whatever and look at like, oh, look at the Democrats, want to put people in jail for free speech. Some of them do, and I'd say it's in my opinion, a larger percent than it should be. But it's still, I think, in the minority. And then, for Republicans, people say like, oh, it's Republicans just want to poor people to not have any help and to starve and die. It's like, again, some of them, but it's definitely a minority. And even a more extreme, I think, is this case than like these the people who are, yeah, whatever, don't get the joke, or dumb, or genuinely hateful people. I think is very much the minority of people who like Sam's content and things. It seems uh, it's kind of, it just, I guess I don't understand why people are so upset, or like do they really not get that, or are they trying to? iDubbbz seems to he genuinely think these things. I mean, I don't know how genuine it is, but he seems to genuinely be sort of talking about this in terms of there that he believes that it's a substantial. He sort of just says all of them. He doesn't really specify how much, but he just says, "Do your fans understand your comedy?" Like, it'd be pretty weird if the majority were like didn't even get his jokes, where he's coming from, or what he's doing. Anyway,
we don't have a subreddit or anything. It all gets taken down. And also, I've made the conscious effort to sort of remove myself from just the internet in general. Like I have a sock puppet Twitter account that I use to follow cryptocurrency, Bitcoin stuff, but I do not. I really am not online at all. Like I go on Instagram to look at cars. I go on Twitter to look at Bitcoin stuff, and I do not look at really anything else.
TikTok?
No.
Gotta get on it.
Think about it. Start doing some fast motion Rick and Morty videos.
Yeah, I guess the reason I bring up whether your fans understand it is because I know that I get frustrated when I read comments from fans and they've like interpreted what the meaning behind something is.
Oh well, I mean, I guess my problem is I wouldn't consider those people fans. Like people who there's people who fucking try to write essays in the YouTube comments. I've seen, because I do see these things. Because I'll look at comments right after posting a video, and I'm aware of the fact that there's people who write paragraphs of shit. I don't read them. I read the first 3 lines to get the gist that this is a person writing a fucking 3-paragraph essay in YouTube comments. But yeah, no, there's people. I know that people look at what I do and what other people, because you see it on other video makers' YouTube pages.
I'm gonna comment on this real quick, because just in my opinion, like, people like being able to interact with what they're watching. I think that's just very human nature, very much human nature, and I mean that's kind of what I'm doing right now. But with comments, like, that's why people have people like being able to say and write things, get their ideas out in the world. That's why people have a diary, So if you're doing both things at once, you're engaging with some content that you like or disagree with or whatever. You're putting your opinion out there, and you're getting this sort of I don't know if cathartic is the right word, but you're getting to it usually makes you feel better to have something said or have something written. It's a sort of therapeutic too, and I think people need that for mental health. I think it's better to try to be positive about things and say good things, but whatever. So I see from Sam's side in terms of he thinks it's like a waste of time, or this person's dumb, or whatever. But not everybody is as like creative or good at monetizing things, or they just feel like writing something, and they feel like engaging, and if that's what they do want to do in their free time, it makes them feel better. All right. I think Sam's maybe frustration is like he just sees it as like a waste of time. And maybe he's just specifically talking about the people who like misinterpret things. I don't know, but even dumb people have to talk, too. even though there's stuff they say is stupid. Like, you know, I think it's quite important for mental health to speak and have what you're thinking heard.
And come to insane conclusions
Mm-hmm.
that only a strange, dark person could come to.
Not you.
I don't fucking analyze people's YouTube videos. I
Yeah.
literally look at carbon.
But I mean, that kind of person who does that, like he says, that he's describing, they can be a fan too. But you know, they might just need a mental health, you know, a psychologist or something.
That's all I ever look at.
Yeah.
And lens comparisons for cameras.
Yeah, I think
And swag shit.
What kind of swag shit?
Just rap shit. So I'm reinventing myself as a rapper.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of the people you employ here are kind of
Hip hop oriented.
Yeah.
Yes, that is intentional. The goal is to use the Sam Hyde brand, the he can't keep getting away with it brand, parlay that into a rap career, and they are helping me. I'm not afraid to say it. They ghostwrite some of my lyrics, and we're gonna make some fire shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You'll see.
Okay. With the, like, I guess hesitation to be 100% serious, does it have anything to do with the fact that you're, like, you don't want to kind of ruin the magic of, like, your persona, or...
I don't think it's magic. I'm just trying to do what's most entertaining.
Yeah. And oftentimes that comes, like, I guess would you say that, like, that's a place of comfort?
Since he's talking about that, I just thought maybe it's so weird and different because iDubbbz is trying to get genuinely to a point of like seriousness and normalcy the whole time, and the whole time Sam's going against it. So, I mean, that could very well be the source of this sort of weird energy or disconnect between them.
Comfort to be like more on when the cameras are on and being less.
It's mad uncomfortable. It's mad annoying. I hate filming stuff.
Yeah. Why don't you be more? You can be more serious about things.
I can be more serious. Want to be more serious?
Well, I mean, you can be more relaxed rather than on all the time. You know what I mean?
Why would I do that if there's like thousands of people watching a YouTube video? Why would I like relax and chill and like, not be entertaining?
Well, I think it should be one of those things that you're able to like turn on and off.
I am.
I think that's true. you are doing that here. I think in the past I've seen like interviews where it's like it feels like you so easily derail it just by being like, all right, I'm taking it, I'm steering this a whole nother direction.
That's because I don't like the people that have interviewed me in the past. It's always been some fucking idiot.
I'm kind of surprised that iDubbbz wouldn't even pick up on that, like with the Bernstein interview. Like clearly that's. I mean, doesn't he know the background about it?
Really?
Yeah. Who's interviewed me? That's cool.
Oh, I didn't know you had that. So, there is Anthony Fantano.
That guy sucks.
I think Info.
I'm really curious if he genuinely dislikes Anthony Fantano. Like, I don't know. I don't know exactly what Fantano, like, if he may have said like some things that he disagreed with Sam about. That's all I know. I mean, I guess I won't say it anymore, but I don't know.
Wars guy.
Oh yeah, Jay. I was pretty real with that though.
Yeah,
I was cracking jokes, but I wasn't being a weirdo.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you were being that weird with Fantano either.
Yeah.
But you do. Kind of take it your own direction, I think.
If I was interviewed by somebody interesting, I mean that's why I'm not like fully in character right now, is because I like you. I would do if fucking I don't know, who's cool.
No, that's fair. I mean, I think you gave me the answer I was kind of looking for.
Yeah, that's usually interviews are just a setup for some funny shit.
Right. Fair. Oh, this is more the shit here. So you've talked in the past about like, what was the interview? I think it was with Fantano. You talked about wanting to like do your part to reverse the feminization of society.
You know,
Is that still kind of a thought in your head?
I think that I mean, there's a serious problem with masculinity
You think so?
in general. Yeah.
Seems like it. I don't know if that was just a graphic thing, if he's actually stopped it there, but whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I think I said pretty much all the things I was thinking. Yeah, it's just too bad that iDubbbz didn't put the video. Yeah, and Sam early in this video said that he thought it was because he thought that iDubbbz might be thinking that he was bugging him or something, but yeah. Oh, I guess that's it. Thanks, guys, for watching. Love ya. And I'd be interested to hear other people's opinions. I like Sam and iDubbbz, so I don't know iDubbbz's real name. So I hope for the best for both of them. They seem to be both like actually like at their core good guys. Yeah, I don't really know them, but yeah. Anyway, have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to.